It really was wonder strike. There was a slight deflection, but we'll go Brazilian and say it was a wonder strike. But I think there was a big difference between the first half and the second half. I think first half they tried to go too narrow.
But Brazil kept going. They kept going at what they wanted to do. The manager made some good changes, but I think it's fresh legs.
Gary, you spoke about that in the first half and the second. Until he made those changes, which came quite late, you were a bit concerned that the positive changes might be too late in the game.
Yeah, I think he'll have been thinking that he'd come in a hell of a lot of criticism.
Pessoal, continuamos com a repercussão da mídia internacional a respeito da vitória da seleção brasileira 1-0 sobre a Suíça. Agora vamos ver um trecho do debate pós-jogo ali da ESPN FC. Lembrando que nesse período da Copa do Mundo, nosso canal está com o apoio maravilhoso da Retornar. Você não conhece essa empresa? Ela produz conteúdos automotivos e também sorteia prêmios incríveis. Opala, Maverick, Mustang, F1000, até BMW eles já sortearam, viu? Você que acompanha o canal, eu faço um convite para conhecer mais a Retornar, quem sabe participar de alguma promoção e ganhar um carrão desse. Como é que faz? Aponta para o QR Code na tela ou clica no primeiro link da descrição.
Earlier on today, which was an amazing game, really. We've had so many goals today. We were desperate to get one in this Brazil game. We did get one that was offside, and then we got one actually that counted, and Karen, it was quite a special goal in the end.
Yeah, it really was wonder strike. There was a slight deflection, but we'll go Brazilian and say it was a wonder strike. But I think there was a big difference between the first half and the second half. I think first half they tried to go too narrow, too central at times, and the second half, you'll see it now. The first half, I think, for me, Brazil are at their best when they go out wide. But to go out wide, you have to earn that right. And I think the first half they're going too narrow all the time, too narrow, coming in, and that plays into the hands of Switzerland. There's no space, and they have to come back. Now the second half, this one, they get it out. There's the shape of Switzerland, really narrow. But what they do now is they get it out right, wide, quick. That's their best players. Vinicius Junior comes over, gets a 2v1 there, and that's where the space then opens up for Casemiro and Rodrigo. But you have to earn that central space by going out wide first. And then look, it's just a wonderful strike.
There's the slight deflection, but Ian, you'd be proud of that goal, wouldn't you?
Deflection, yeah. Well, the thing is that I think that with the changes, I think the changes was more. It was more a mental aspect thing for me from Brazil. I think the fresh legs made a difference, Gal. But I think that they sped that up a bit. Because what Karen showed in the first half is that they just passed it wasn't happening. That was quality play. Bam, one touch in there, one touch off, bam, finish. You know, Switzerland have to get a lot of credit simply because they kept defending how they did, but the quality beat them in the end. But Brazil kept going. They kept going at what they wanted to do. The manager made some good changes, but I think it was fresh legs.
Gary, you spoke about that in the first half and the second. Until he made those changes, which came quite late, you were a bit concerned that the positive changes might be too late in the game.
Yeah, I think he'll have been thinking that he'd come in a hell of a lot of criticism. I think that 55 minutes, he makes a change at half-time first, so he recognises it straight away. And for me, the intent all the way through, from the senior players, whether it be through Thiago Silva pressing up the pitch, whether it be through Casemiro, I mean, he's the holding midfield player with only Guimaraes alongside him, and he's in the box nearly furthest forward. And every change that the Brazil coach made in that game told his players, we've got to win this match. Rodrigo comes on, Anthony comes on, Jesus comes on, Guimaraes comes on, Fred's off, Paqueta's off. So all the sort of pragmatic behaviour in the first half completely goes out of the window because the expectation is they have to win the game. And they're now in a brilliant position where they not only won the group, but all those talented players, we can see them in the third game.
Yeah.
He can probably experiment and give all his squad players a touch of the ball. It's a brilliant position for Brazil to be in.
Karen just mentioned it about how Brazil are at their best out wide, and they did have quite a lot of chances from those kind of positions, Ian.
Yeah, but at the same time, you can't take away from the fact that Switzerland were very much ready for them. Too far from, it was a fantastic ball from Vinicius there for him. You know, that's what they do. They went at them. Switzerland were tight, and that, again, good save. You know, he's had to try and take the chance, but they defended very well. They nearly got away with it, Switzerland, but the quality in the end undone them.
Pessoal, no final a qualidade acabou com os suíços, né? O que você achou dos comentários aí feitos pelo pessoal da ESPN FC e como é que você tá vendo a seleção brasileira sem o Neymar? Complica bastante, né, para a seleção brasileira. Mas a gente tem que analisar o adversário também, né, que a Suíça, que vem bem retrancada mesmo, é conhecida por essa defesa tão forte, a seleção suíça. Deixa seu comentário, se inscreva no canal, comenta aí e bora, porque aqui é Seleção do Mundo e tem vídeo todo dia a respeito da nossa seleção, beleza? Um abraço, até o próximo vídeo.